The Cunha Tunnel. That is right next to Schofield. And if you're heading down the road from Schofield towards the ocean, you run right into the Cunha Tunnel, and it's underground. It's a gigantic place buried in the mountain.
And what happens there?
The Cunha Tunnel is basically everything anybody ever says on a phone, on a computer. Those guys are down there, and they're listening to everything. And there's one spot in there that this lieutenant was telling us about that he worked in, and it was called Otherworldly Communications. And I'm like, what? He's like, there's only 8 of us. No one enlisted, just officers. We're all linguists, and we just listen all day to otherworldly communications. Come on now. If we're talking about aliens, who can communicate with an alien? And he said that we have been doing this for a very long time, that we're already traveling in space. And I remember seeing them coming down. They were wearing like black uniforms. Only thing on their sleeve was a blue circle with a red pointer coming up the top on the left arm. We were told they were space program guys. This is 2007. A space program? What the hell is a space program? They're already in space and on the moon. And there is a dialect, and we do have linguists that understand the dialect. So then, 2 weeks later, a couple of guys I knew that worked in the Cunha Tunnel, I pulled aside and I said, listen, man, that lieutenant said there's a place called Otherworldly Communications. And they said, there is, man. We can't even go in the hallway over there. And then you find out why we're in Iraq, because there's some artifacts that we have to get out of Iraq. We went to Iraq because we wanted to plunder some kind of artifacts they were looking for. He confirmed this.
That were extraterrestrial from the ancient beginnings of ETs being here. Did anybody say that to you?
Yeah, they said that there were some artifacts from, God, who knows how long ago, that were extremely important, and they were from other civilizations that came to Earth and started the whole program. And one of the officers said that this is our 4th civilization on Earth that has been this far or even further along than we are. Let's just hope we make it. What does that mean? Hope we make it? Is someone going to take us all out? And he indicated with his eyes that, yeah, we could be taken out if we do it wrong.
Did you say, what could we do wrong?
No, I did not. I wish I would have asked more questions. You know, when you're talking to an officer, you tiptoe with it because you don't know. You might offend them, and then now I'm going to get a pay cut, you know. And everything seemed to be very, touchy. The people were talking, and I think what it is, when you're in the military, you're more apt to talk to each other about things because you know everybody's under, to keep a secret. So it just seemed, I'm going to get killed because I'm learning this stuff, So then after all this is going on, I'm home with my kids. This is in November now. I'm home, and I live just 2 blocks from the ocean in Eva Beach. So James Campbell Highway runs out at my house. I'm in a gated subdivision. You have to have a comm to get in. There's only my family and this old couple right next to James Campbell High School. I'm still talking about Hawaii. So it's like 4:30 in the afternoon. I'm outside washing my motorcycle down. The kids are playing. And I look up because I heard something, and it got real quiet. And I look up, and there's a craft sitting above the neighborhood just next to mine. And I froze. And my kids looked up, Dad, what is that? I don't know what that is. I sent you the pictures. It was that bent V shape. I never studied craft like this. I don't remember seeing anything like this in any briefings or anything. And I grabbed my phone, and I took some pictures. And the pictures I sent you, it's the best I could get them. Every time I would take them, they were screwing up. I check them, I take it, and it was like distorted picture. Why are my pictures going so crazy? So I managed to get 3 good shots, but my phone was almost inoperable the whole time this thing was around. So for about 45 minutes, this craft just sat there. Not a sound. It didn't move at all. Then you could hear 2 jets coming. And as the 2 jets were coming behind me on my left, this is where the jets were coming from, Pearl Harbor area. From Hickam to my right and my back, 2 Blackhawks were coming. So I'm like, oh boy, what's going on here? And this thing started to move. And it was so quiet, and it was like, it just subtly drifted towards Diamond Head. And as the jets got closer and the helicopters got closer, this thing was like, gone. And you could see it. but you could tell it's miles away instantly. And it went straight down into the water. I'm like, what the hell did I just see happen here?
And what did the two Blackhawks do?
They all went out where it went, and they circled. So now they got this search party going, and it happened through the night. You know, I sat outside in the dark in my porch smoking cigarettes and watching these guys circle the same area. So whatever went in the water, they were desperately trying to find it. Definitely not ours. I got pictures of this thing. Holy cow.
Were you able then to ask, as a Army analyst in Intel?
I took my pictures back to the base. My phone, I had made copies of them just in case. So I took pictures back, and I'm like, you know what I saw last night? Yeah, we don't talk about that. What do you mean we don't talk about that? Like, listen, Abbott, you're new here. Believe me, it's not the first time. And then I got a call to the office of Colonel Grove. He's the CO. And I go in the office, I stand at attention. Specialist, did you bring your cell phone with you? No, sir, I did not. It's sitting outside of S3. Told one of the lieutenants to go get my phone. I brought my phone in. He took my phone. He took my card out of my phone. He said, if you ever take a picture of anything like that again and you do not report to me, I'll take care of you. You're dismissed. My phone was given to me with no card. Thank God I backed up the pictures on my home computer. Yeah, I went from being lighthearted to very serious and pissed off that I took pictures, as if I was to know better not to even talk about that stuff.
Edward Abbott was confused about why Commanding Officer Colonel Grove would be so angry about the 3 cell phone images that Eddie didn't think were very good, and that they were of whatever it was the 2 Nighthawk helicopters chased. Eddie already had been told confidentially a lot about aliens and UFOs at his previous intelligence training assignment in Fort Huachuca, Arizona. And that's why he always looked for UFOs to photograph.
Honest to God, at Fort Huachuca, they have labs under there, and if you go near the mesas and you mess around with the mesas, look out, they will get you.
Who will get you?
The aliens that are under the mesa. They are there, and they have been there long before us, I was told. Long before us. And that they've already dug themselves in. We've never noticed them because they did all this so long ago. They're already embedded. So now you start wondering, are the people that are saying stuff about Archuleta Mesa telling the truth? Because what I heard is that's the truth, that we work with them under some kind of a treaty. Supposedly one of our presidents made a treaty.
It's supposed to be Eisenhower.
Was it? Okay, they never said it. They said one of our presidents, and that they agreed to give people to them to do their experiments in exchange for technology. And for us not to go back to the moon or something, because there's helium something on the moon. I remember that too.
And probably animal mutilations were part of that treaty as well. They were allowed.
Yeah, I know that they're supposedly mixing with our seeds, and they have to have a place to house that embryo. So I know that that's what they're doing. They're housing the embryo. At a certain point, they remove it from the cattle. That's one thing that everybody talked about, stuff like that. People that know what's going on, older people that have been in the military 20, 30 years, will actually talk about that, and they'll laugh. And they'll say, everybody thinks it's us in our black helicopters, and it's not us. They're just growing babies. Like, wow, that's sickening. Major Hollowell, I think his name was, he's the one that confirmed that that's what they do. And he used to say, yeah, they always think that it's something to do with our government. They think the black helicopters got something. It's not. They're growing babies, and that's the safest way to grow babies, sight unseen, so that they can have their hybrid babies come out of these cattle.
And did anybody say to you, there is X% of alien Homo sapien sapien hybrids on planet Earth?
They never said a percentage, but they said that they're walking among us all the time, and we walk right past them. And that's how close they look to us, that they will fool anyone.
And what do you understand is the biggest picture in relationship to why extraterrestrials based on Earth before Homo sapiens sapien ever stood up, i.e. Homo erectus in Africa 2 million years ago, is the first standing up primate that we recognize. If the extraterrestrials have been based on our planet and the moon and Mars and other planets in our solar system and beyond for, let's say, 270 million years, way before Homo sapiens sapien ever came into existence. Why would our human governments make treaties that would give technology in exchange for extraterrestrials to take humans from the surface?
I was told this is our 4th time. We're no threat to them at all. The only thing that we're threatening is ruining the planet. But we're not a threat. And they don't want to eliminate us, but this is the 4th time. Supposedly, they had this experimentalist society of a crossbreed, and we're number 4. Supposedly, technology before us was way further advanced than what we are now, but it's eliminated. We can't even find it because it's eliminated.
Why? Why is it eliminated?
They eliminated it. Supposedly, they eliminated society before this one.
But why?
Because we're a warring people, and we cannot be controlled unless we fight each other, and everything that we do is destructive. So every society before us was destructive, and we're just going down the same path. We're destructive. It's just in our makeup. And I think they're trying to create something better. I think the whole goal is, from what I hear from just listening to these people talk, is they want a better society. They want a better human hybrid.